Hey guys, welcome back to another one of my Hi Capa tech videos. In this Hi Capa tech video, we are going to be taking down my 3D printed build. I've had a bit of a care package turn up from Matt at MakeIt3D, so this is one of the, what I think is the final prototype runs which is running out. This is one of the initial prototype runs of his slides. I'm going to be swapping in one of the more final prototype builds, and there's been a few refinements, so we're just going to have a look at some of the differences which we've got there. So if you tuned into my last video, you'll see that I've just recently built one of the new Battle Cat slides up, which I can't wait to use, but to be fair, this thing has been my workhorse for the past 6 months or so, maybe more. So I really want to keep this thing going. I absolutely love it. It's got so many hits on people. So it's due a bit of an overhaul and a bit of a pull-up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open these out. I do know what's inside these. I did open the bags earlier. I've had some other bits and bats which I can't talk about arrive as well, which I'm not going to talk about. So I'm going to stop talking about them. But I have just checked that what's in here is in here. So here we go. One of the parts which Matt has sent me over, very big bag for such a small part. I wonder if there's other things in here as well. One of them is a new rear sight. The rear sight on my current pistol has unfortunately split just there, and that's mostly down, I think, to me over tightening that bolt, because I know that they loosen themselves off. So possibly down to that, maybe down to fitment, don't know. Can't expect these things to be perfect first time, so there is a replacement for that, which I believe goes along with the other goodie which I've got, which is a new slide. And wow, so I've absolutely tried my hardest not to look at this slide whilst it's been in the package. It landed with me a few days ago, and Matt has been messaging me saying, check the slide, Steve, check the slide, Steve, look at the quality, Steve. And wow, oh, hello. Oh, in fact, let's just take apart all the goodies which we've got here. There's even a front sight as well. Wow. Okay, so I've got a new 3D printed slide. Oh, wow. It's even got Matt's logo on the side here, MakeIt3D Airsoft. And just comparing the finish on these, the finish is significantly better. It's a lot smoother on this new one. So he's really gone out, got a decent finish on these things. That's really nice. It looks slightly matter as well. You can tell that it's a textured surface on there. It's not perfectly smooth, but it is definitely smoother on this later version. This side's pretty similar. You can see it's got so many cutouts. I mean, I loved this design which I had. I mean, I absolutely love this slide anyway. But wow, this is really nice. There's lots of cutouts on here, so it's going to be even smoother again. Smoother, faster, quicker, lighter, stronger. Nearly broke out into a rap there. Shout out Kanye West. Right, so let's get this putting together, shall we? So we'll do I get nozzle seal? Yes, I do. I was going to change the booking out, but being as we're sealing, I'm not going to. Lower half, you can see there, it's starting to get a little bit dry in here. We'll probably just lube that back up as we put it back together. It's had a fair few rounds through that thing now, so we'll pop that out of the way over there, and we'll start taking this down. So I'm not going to need the guide rod plug anymore, which is useful as mine sits a little bit shallow anyway. Start doing these on camera as well. They never go right. Oh my god, that feels like a 140 in there. That's crazy. So because we are now going to be going to a really lightweight setup, Matt told me that there was going to be a BBU coming in, and I can't believe how good that thing is. So the BBU itself is like a few grams, where even the lightweight ones are normally about 16 odd grams. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to drop down from a 120 spring now. And I've got my standard TM spring ready to go. A little bit longer spring, as you can see there. That should just take a bit more of the punch off it, because that's a tough spring. And I mean, it feels taut in that. That thing running in here is not going to be nice. It's probably going to bust the end off, which is something which happens to a lot of the TM ones. So that'll go in the spares box. That's going to go in the spares box. Let's continue the strip down. Let's move that to there because that's going back in. Now, what I probably should have done is got a little cloth to hand. Got one. And I'll also give these parts a bit of a clean and polish as they come off as well. We've got some short stroke buffers. So I ran these. Normally what I do when I run a stock TM slide is I run a couple of very soft short stroke buffers, a few washers just to pad them out, and then the 120 spring, and it just gives it a really nice response with green gas, especially in the warmer months. In winter though, that does work against you. I've had that just this weekend gone, where there was just too much recoil, the mags were really cold, they were struggling to push the slide back. So whilst it's a very good summer combo, it's not the best for winter, and I want to try and build something where it's all year round, I don't have to worry about it. So I'm just going to give these bits a bit of a clean off as we go, just make sure they're all running nice, and I'll lube it all back up as we rebuild. So pop those there. Not sure if I'm going to run all of those yet, depends how we go. So next part to come out, got plugs out, is we're going to take the barrel assembly out, so we'll just slide that out. So you can see there's a little bit of wear just on there, but it's nothing much really. So this barrel, I actually asked Matt to do me as a kind of a special print, if you like. When I first caught wind of the Battle Cats, I wanted a barrel just like my Gold Match one, where the thread was integrated at the end of it. So you just whip the end off and it's all one, there's no adapter there or anything, which just is nicer with tracers. So he did that for me, absolutely nailed it first time. The fit is so tight, it's just such a tight fit, it's amazing, Master. He is an absolute genius. Yes, this barrel is going to go into my spares box and it's not going to go anywhere else. Is that the right way around? I don't know, it feels like it should be the other way. I'm not going to lose too much sleep over this, but I do want to know which way around it should be. I'm not sure. Kind of like it like that. Anyway, so we're going to whip that out now, which is, as you can see there, look, a tight fit. And then there we go, that's the previous printed barrel off. The first iteration of this completely split apart across here, and that was because we'd got this bit wrong. The hop was just sitting wrong there, so the guide rod was just like pushing against the bottom of it, and that's what caused it to split. So I went back to Matt, I was like, look man, this is what's happened. He just nibbled this bit out for me, reprinted it, and this has been absolutely spot on. I hope to see a lot more of these flying about. I hope that a lot more people go to Matt and ask him for these, because they are absolutely exceptional. So that is going into the spares box. So you'll see in here, I've got my, what have I got in here? I've got a TM hop arm with a TM wheel, what looks like a H plate, and then a Decepticon 70. So I'm just going to pull this off camera, have a quick look up it. Yeah, that looks okay-ish. Probably a little bit dirty, a little bit loose on the barrel there, if anything, I'd say. Ooh, very loose actually. So what we'll do, part of our strip down maintenance is we'll give that a bit of a clean. Now, you probably may be like screaming at me, Steve, you've not cleaned your barrel, clean your barrel, rah! Yeah, I know, I haven't cleaned the barrel, sorry. Maybe next time. There we go. Slight wear on the, you probably won't be able to see that, slight wear just on the inside of that there. But again, it's nothing I'm too bothered about at this point, because it is a demo testing pistol, and I can always strip it, rebuild it. I've been wanting to try something a little bit different anyway in here, so when that finally does tear itself apart, that'll be it. PDI Palsonite barrel going on in here. So this is the 5.1 stainless steel Palsonite, so it's not one of the cheap Raven ones, it is a coated one. It is pretty mirror-like through the middle there, so we'll keep that. So let's have a look at this new, oh wow, new outer barrel. So that is also cut out as well. I assume that's for looks, because this isn't a moving part. So bonus. Let's get that in through there. As ever, lovely tight fit. Oof, yeah, look at that. So that's in. Just level that up. Yeah, quite happy with that. Barrel sits absolutely centre. And you can just see that shiny bit in there. That's that built. So what we're going to do next, we're going to have to take out this blowback housing because we need to transplant. Well, we don't need to. Well, we need the nozzle out of this. The sights are going to come off and disappear because these sights are split. And then we will have a look at what other parts there are left over. Now, obviously, because I'm on camera, I've picked the wrong Allen key straight away. Hex key, whatever you want to call it. And ode to my, you don't need to do any more than nip tight. This was nip tight. You've just seen that as one finger tapped it. So, just goes to show, if you do get it wrong, sometimes on these parts, they can eject themselves, they can launch. That's split, that's a good one. That's going to go in my bin pile, which I've just created there. So, let's dig in a bit deeper. Obviously, I've still got the wrong Allen key, because I am exceptionally clever. Undo that screw at the back there. Ooh, there you go. Blowback housing is out. And blowback housing screw. There we go. She was a tight fit going in. So what we'll do now is we'll just pop that back in there so it doesn't get lost. Now 140 nozzle spring is out. It's probably seen better days, that has, but the bit that we're bothered about is that there. And that nozzle's come straight out. Now you will see there's a bit of purple around here. This thing did eat my primary mag last time I had it. It just ate the seal. So what I'm hoping to do is just give a bit of a clean up, and then the new one won't. Now I'm told that that's because there's a ridge on the top of here. Yeah, that ridge there. So let's compare that. We can see there is still a ridge there. To me it looks very similar. You can really see the difference in print quality there. So hopefully this new one will fit better because of this blowback housing. So that's going to go in the spares box. You can see there that's got the standard TM piston head bolted in, and what I'm going to do is as I put it together I'm just going to make sure that it's all done up, give it a bit of a clean as it goes away, because you never know if you need it on game day or something like that. You just need to pull it out. You don't want to be there for 10 hours cleaning it off. But likewise, I appreciate that you guys don't want to sit there and watch me cleaning a BBU for 10 minutes straight. What am I going to do with that? Bin it. They're cheap enough. Bin it. It's fine. So then, next one is going to be the front sight. Now the front sight on these does just slide out. Here is a difference. Now, I know about this difference, not because I've had it apart already, but because Matt told me. Yeah, when you handle these things, you can really see the difference in print quality. So this is the first generation where you've got this tiny little notch here, and this is the latest generation where you've got this much bigger notch, and it is a lot more pronounced. So I've got a funny feeling that my sight isn't going to just sit straight on top of that. If it does, I'll be mega super happy. Oh yeah, it does, but it's tight, which is kind of what I want, because these AIP sights aren't cheap. Oh, blimey, yeah, she's tight. Not as tight as the one that went in my gold match, where it took half an hour of hammering it and the wife holding onto it. But we're tight. Yeah, like that. Right. incidentally also put that in the spares pile. Okay, so let's just clear out a little bit. So the next thing, so that's now stripped down. So that's done. My old slide, my first gen slide. Matt, if you want this back, man, I'm going to be gutted, because me and this thing have gone through some battles. I'd be genuinely sorry to see her go. Always gets looks, always gets attention. I'd very much love to just hang that on my wall and make a wall hanger of it, not the bin pile. So let's start with the rebuild. We're going to start with the blowback housing. Blowback housing is really nice quality. This isn't just putting it straight together. I'm not a heathen. I am gonna lube it. I just want to see what the fit's like. Yeah, that's actually really, really nice. Certainly looser than the AM housing I did the other day on my Battle Cat. So what I need to get is my big old spares box. Boop. Boop. I'm going to crack that open, and what we're going to do is just going to put the guide rod plug in the guide rod hole, and we're going to get the nozzle return spring out of the nozzle return spring hole. Nice straight flat new ones. I'm going to put the BBU in somewhere. Front sight can go in the sights area. Outer barrel can go in the outer barrel area. Spring can go in the outer barrel area. Oh my god. So this is the kind of thing that really annoys me. I can't have the spring sitting the wrong way. Because I'm just bothered that it would bow it and then it wouldn't sit right. So I'm only down to one spring now, so next order to whomever I buy parts from next, Hi Capa Hub, I will stick a pack of springs on. There we go. There's no need to get eaten up over spares like that, like nozzle return springs, bookings, O-rings, that kind of thing. They're all throwaway parts, they're all disposable parts. So just swap the buggers out at every opportunity. So let's get some oil. Let's lube this bad boy up. Just going to put a double down this side, the edge of it as well. Just want to get that really lubed up. We can dry fire a few through it if we need to. Just going to really push that in. What I'm going to do while it's apart, I'm not going to tighten this. But what I am going to do is just check that it's not loose. So there is a difference there. Not tightening, just checking that it's not loose. And then a habit which I kind of got myself into, probably a bad habit, and all the Kappa builders will probably really roar at me, just where these wings are, just give them a little bit of lube. Just a touch of oil, just on the edges. Just helps it slide that little bit easier. And there we go. Now the only problem now is I've got lube on my fingers. See, when it's moving, it's absolutely fine. Wow, that thing's locked in as well. There we go. What we'll do, we'll build it up. We'll see how it fires. So that's the printed blowback housing with plastic nozzle. Plastic nozzle that's had some good use, so we know it's a good quality nozzle. Elite Shooting Centre nozzle, which unfortunately is not going to be a thing anymore, being as Mike is chucking the towel. So massive thanks to Mike for all of your time and patience that you've given me. Bought a fair few parts off you. Right, nozzle return spring is in. Where's that recite? Normally for these videos, I'll do a load of fitment beforehand. and then I'll repackage everything back up so it looks like I'm opening it fresh. But this I haven't. I've just gone straight in, balls deep from the off. Now, I don't know what the fitment is like that. Yeah, I'm probably not supposed to be able to do that. So I'm gonna do it the proper way. I'm gonna just lean it up and in, and obviously push my rear sight out, because who needs a rear sight, right? So what we'll do is we'll just dub it down a little tiny bit, slide it in, push it up, and then because I'm a really clever chippy, I didn't get my blowback housing screw ready. So I'm gonna struggle for one, but then just tweak that down on there for two, just to hold it. So bear me 2 seconds while I lean to one side. I also never really throw anything away. Donor. There we go. I find there are two kinds of people in life. There are those who tear everything out of the packaging and throw the packaging straight away, and then throw everything else out. And there are those who save absolutely everything. I am a save absolutely everything kind of guy. And for every capper I build, I always save all of the stock parts. So this screw is going in. It's not going in like perf. I think it's going, so again, with screw tightening, it is a plastic build, so got to be so careful. And again with the rear sight here. Now there's actually there's nothing holding that screw in, so we're really at the mercy of it. I think that's going to need a lot more lubing to start running properly. Let's just crack it up. We'll just work a bit more lube around it. That might have been a lot of lube. That might have been a hell of a lot of lube. Do you know what though? If it makes it work like it should, that's probably not too much lube. As long as the oil stays behind the O-ring. Yeah, it's not awful. Okay. Right. I think we're nearly there to start building back up now. That's probably going to come in a bit better when we start racking it and playing with it. So what we'll do for now, we'll just edge that back into its home. Can I manipulate it back out? Yeah. Oh, there we go. We'll just park it there. See how it goes. So we'll slide the barrel set back in. So with any luck, this will sit it anyway. Oh yeah, that looks nice. You can see the metal of the palsonite there. I suppose a stainless barrel would look really good on this, but the black is kind of understated and goes with the whole blackout build as well, which I quite like. What we're going to do, so stock TM, we're going to go with the AM guide rod plug, because why wouldn't you? What kind of short stroking are we going to do? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run one and I'm going to see how it plays. I can always change it. It's a development build. We can always swap it around. Oh, lightweight guide rod plug there as well. So I'm kind of hoping that that gives it, you know, that'll, I mean, it will be snappy because of the weight of it, but what I'm hoping is it's not too snappy that it ends up ripping the front end off. So I did say we were going to lube this bit as we rebuild. So my lubing methods are by no means anything that you should go by. This is just what I do. I just dab a bit in here, there, everywhere really. Bit of a clean through here because we've still got some purple from when it hit the booking. Not the booking, the mag seal. Bit of a clean through here. And then what we'll do, we'll just go dab on the rail, dab on the rail, dab on the rail, dab on the rail. Off her up. Oh yeah. Cock her back. Drop it in. Now, that's not grabbing the nozzle at the moment. So what I'm probably going to want to do is just pop it back out. And just pull the nozzle forward that little bit because it's just jammed back. It's just not quite happy. So I'm going to try it like that. Yeah, that's not bad. Nozzle's still not quite doing what I want it to. Does look to be going all the way forward. Okay, let's have some fun. Okay, sorry about that there. The battery on the GoPro died. So what I was saying, let's have some fun. I've got a mag. It's got some gas in it. It's a standard 4.3 mag. There's nothing in the chamber. You just see me strip it down. Nothing in the mag. Let's give it a go. I'm going to stand it up that way so you can see it and go. Ooh. Right, gas. But that was quite nice. So you kind of get the idea for that. Shall we, let's just put some more in there and just see how she goes. Doesn't need to be full, I suppose. Let's go again. Ready? Let's go. That is fast. Let's do it from this side if you can, if you want. That is so fast, man. There you have it. A fully 3D printed upper bar the guide rod plug there. Super fast, crazy speeds. What I'm going to do off cam now is marvel at it for a bit longer. And then probably what I'm going to do is I'll get 80 psi running through it. I'll start doing some chrono testing, just see what we come out at, see how low I can get the pressure to get me to 1 joule, and then see whereabouts we are with that with regards to short stroking, that kind of thing. I don't think we need the extra short stroke. It's crazy fast. I've put that one on just for a bit of protection, just to soften the impact. Obviously it adds a bit of spring tension as well, so that's nice. I would say that's ready to go and test play now. So I'm going to box it up and we'll finish this video here, and then we'll come back to the desk once we've put some test rounds through it in a week or 3. So as always, if you've stuck with me this long, thank you very much. I am churning out content weekly, and I do try and make it as fun and informative as possible. I am constantly looking for new places to play in and around the Midlands area, so please do drop me a comment if you've got any amazing sites nearby or anything like that. I'd love to get involved and play with them. And importantly, please drop me a sub. I am trying to concentrate on lots of educational and interactive kind of content, and I do really enjoy involving myself and conversing with you guys watching my videos. So thank you very much, and I will catch you in the next one.